guys, my name's Kim and this is my channel Expedition 3 Pages. Today I'm going to be playing TBR Trail for June, and this month I have Helen from Helen's Bookhaven playing with me as well. So I'll be doing 4 extra rolls for Helen. Helen is also a booktuber and as I just said, her channel is called Helen's Bookhaven. And over there she does like very like chilled out vlogs. I feel like every time I watch them it just feels like having a chat with someone. It's just really nice and calming. She reads a lot. She's a librarian, so she reads a lot of books all the time. And most recently she just hosted or finished hosting the Eurovision-a-thon because the Eurovision Song Contest was at the weekend. Was it on Saturday? Which I did take part in, although I didn't do that well, but it was a lot of fun to kind of take part in, and I'll link kind of all the information to Helen's channel and to Eurovision-a-thon so you can see what it's about in case you wanted to join in for next year, because it was a lot of fun. So yeah, so thanks to Helen for wanting to play TBR Trail this month. I love rolling for people and like trying to work out what they might not mind me like choosing on the board. It's quite fun. If you don't know what TBR Trail is, I'll link a video where I describe it more in detail in the description for you to check out. But it's essentially like the game of Ludo. There are 4 different teams. They move around the board. They're trying to get from the start to their home square. And I do have a bit of a competition going on between the teams. So depending on which colour wins, there's either going to be a charity donation that I'll do, or there'll be a giveaway and a charity donation. Yeah, so that's kind of the goal. And probably like most people, the reason that I started playing this game was because I saw Becca's Bookopoly from Becca in the Books' channel, and Cody from Cody's, my voice went weird then, Cody from Cody's Book Corner, her Wheel of TBR as well. I was inspired by those guys at the beginning to start this game up, and it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoy it, although it is the longest game in the world. So hopefully it will end at some point and we can do a giveaway. Okay, so time for roll number 1 for me. So as always, we will be starting with Team Black, and let's roll. 4. Okay, so what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fiction. Oh no, that's not black. Good job, Kim. 1, 2, 3. Don't want to send the purple home. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be a STEM. 1, 2, 3, 4, don't want to send the blue home, or 1, 2, 3, 4, well, don't want to send the black piece home with another black piece, because that would be dumb. Okay, so in that case, I can only really move this one without sending anyone else home. So 1, 2, 3, 4. STEM. And let's pick a book over here. And for this one, we have read a book set in South America. And let's pop that right here. Okay, so my first roll was a STEM book set in South America, and I found this one really tricky to do. Like whenever I googled South American authors, like science fiction or I don't know, technology based things, not a huge amount came up, or like set in South America. I don't know, I'm not very good at googling, so it could be that, but eventually I found one that I thought sounded quite interesting. And I don't know if you can see this because this is on my Kindle, but it's Love and Archaeology by Fabio Fernandez. And this is a collection of 14 short stories that it says it ranges from science fiction to weird. And some of them are set on Earth and some of them are not set on Earth. So I don't actually know if it is set in South America, any of the stories, but Fabio Fernandez is from Brazil, so that is in South America. If anybody knows of any other kind of, I don't know, STEM-based books set in South America, do let me know. But I will be reading this one for this prompt next month. But yeah, do let me know, just in case like I've missed like a whole area of books in my really bad searching. Okay, so time for Helen's first roll. Helen has decided to pick audio or ebook rather than STEM, so I'm going to switch that out, and this time actually hopefully remember to do that every time. Okay, so roll number 1 for Helen, Team Purple. 1, of course, classic game, only giving me 1 move. Okay, so I can go fiction, free choice, but the cat is kind of takes it out of your hand, difficult prompt in non-fiction, or that's it, because I can't take that one out because it's an odd number. So I think I'm going to be nice to start with in case the game turns mean. So I'm going to move this one to a book, a regular prompt for fiction. Oh, and this one is read a book published after the year 2000. So that's pretty broad. that's quite a nice one. Just any old fiction book as long as it was made this century. Okay, so Helen got fiction reader book published after the year 2000, so I thought that was really nice of the game. It started off nice and easy. That's basically, you can pick pretty much any fiction book. Well, obviously not any, but a load of fiction books. So now onto my second roll, and we all know what that means. That means that this little guy is going home, whatever we roll. But I'm going to roll for fun anyway, because why not? Yeah! Okay, so let's see what's on this little scroll. The scroll made it home! Oh my gosh, so happy. So I did already peek at this, so I know what it is. I thought, oh damn, I should have looked on the camera, but I didn't. I peeked before. But the book is, let's see if I can reveal it. Brighter Than 1,000 Suns. Because it is a red scroll, it's a STEM book written on here. And Brighter Than 1,000 Suns, I hadn't forgotten about it, but I'd forgotten how much I wanted to read it. And I'll just show you, it's over here. But it is by Robert Junk, who is a Austrian writer, and it's been translated by, who's it been translated by? James Clue. And this book is, it says here, Personal History of the Atomic Scientist. So it kind of follows the scientists who discovered nuclear fission, and then their moral dilemma of like the actual realities of building the atomic bomb. And then it goes on to kind of describe like the events of like America actually building the bomb, and then what decisions were made, I think, to lead it to actually being used, and the kind of moral dilemmas for the scientists around that whole topic, which I find really kind of, obviously it's horrifying but fascinating as well, because it's just such a massive thing that's happened, and to just be like a scientist who's just trying to like do your experiments and you don't maybe, I don't know, I mean, I would not want to be involved in any of this. But I'll just read you the tiniest bit on the back because I thought it sounded interesting. So it says a bunch of stuff, and then it says, how long would it take before Germany developed an atomic bomb? This crucial question was put to President Roosevelt. The facts about how he was persuaded to enter the race to build a bomb and how scientists later failed to stop the use of the bomb are central to this compelling and horrifying narrative, of which perhaps no aspect is more fascinating than the controversial case of J. Robert Oppenheimer. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to this now I've read the back. Oh, it says here, one of the most interesting books I've ever read. It is more exciting than any novel. Yeah, so I know it's not a very nice subject matter, but I am fascinated by the history of science and by the people behind like the big events that we hear about. So I am really excited to get to this one. Okay, so classic me, immediately forgot to change this out. So that's already here for Helen's second go. And it's time for the blue team. Okay, so 4. All the blues are out actually, which is good. I might try and move this guy forward, because this is the one in the lead at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, a cat, which kind of takes it out of your hands, Helen, a little bit, I think. But let's see what it says. Ooh, okay. So I don't know how this is going to go. This is quite a challenge. This is read the first book discussed in the newest BookTube video that you can easily get hold of. So that basically, well, I'll leave my future self to explain what that basically means. And that can go in the red section for Helen. Okay, so Helen's next one was an audio ebook, read a book in the first BookTube video. Yeah, the first book discussed in the newest BookTube video. So when I wrote this, I wanted that to be like, I went to my first video in my newsfeed and I read whatever book that was here. And I think I did actually have that prompt before, and I ended up reading Ember in the Ashes, which I really enjoyed. So I don't know what Helen's going to do with this, because obviously she may not want to end up reading any book that comes up. Hopefully Helen didn't mind this prompt and she managed to kind of work it for herself. I'm really excited to see how she did it actually. Helen's videos of her answers, by the way, are going to be in the description down below. Sorry, she's going to be posting her TBR video straight after my video, I think, when that goes up. So that will be linked like down below for you to go and check out what she ended up choosing. Okay, so now it's time for my third roll. So back with Team Black. 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't want to send the purple home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to move this guy to the candle. see what we get. Read a book recommended by a bookstagrammer. Okay, this is interesting because I barely have Instagram, but I really want to start using Instagram, so that's why I wrote this in. And that's a fiction book, so that can go right there. Okay, so my next prompt was a fiction book, and it was to read a book recommended by Bookstagrammer. And the reason that I put this on is because I have well, no, I don't really have Instagram, but I do have an account, even though I don't take any pictures because I'm the world's worst photographer that there is. But I do want to start using it a bit more, maybe trying to take some pictures, because I probably would improve if I tried. But also I really love looking at the pictures of other people's books and stuff, and just seeing, it's like a different like world to BookTube, isn't it? So I kind of want to just use it a bit more. So that was the purpose of that prompt for myself. So basically this is me justifying what I've done here. I searched in Instagram a book that I wanted to read, and I found like the first review that I could, and I just read it, and it was a 5-star review. So I take that as recommended by an Instagrammer, and that Instagrammer was a guy called Bobby Hannafay, who I think when I looked today, he's just announced a couple of days ago that he's going to start his own BookTube channel. So I'll link that down below as well, because I think he's going to start that this summer, which is quite exciting. He seems like a really like funny guy when I've looked through he does like TikTok videos as well, I think. But yeah, so I've started following him now on Instagram. And so hopefully it's encouraged me to like work out how to use it and stuff like that. Yeah, he gave the book that I've chosen 5 stars, which I'm really pleased about as well. The book that he rated so highly was A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Richard Kemmerer, and this is the 3rd book in the Cursebreaker series, which I've read the other 2. The first one is a kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling spin-off, and yeah, this is the final book in the trilogy, and I'm so excited to get to it. I really like, it's like those kind of books where I can just binge read and just read them so fast. They're really compelling. I like the characters. I find them interesting and just exciting to read. I'm really pleased that I've thought of this to put this on, because I've been wanting to read it. I think it came out in January or something. So yeah, it's been a long time I've been waiting to read this book. So I'm glad that I was able to manipulate this prompt to my own gain. Cool, so now time for Helen's 3rd go. I think we're on. Back with Team Purple. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that would be a nice one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to be nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for free choice. And we've got read a book set in Africa. And that can go just there. Cool, so now it's time for my last go. And I mean, do you think there's something alright with me? Because I never change this. And even though I say it right at the very beginning, I don't know why I never remember. It's very odd, I think. Anyway, I'm moving it now. It's my last go, and we're back with the red team. And yeah, they're like the first team to get one home, so they're kind of winning. Except they're kind of not winning, because they've got 2 at home still, so they've still got a long way to go. 2 at the start, rather. Okay, so let's go. 5. Well, I can only move this one, which means that blue is going back home again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out of here. And I can go right back here. Oh god, this does not bode well for the game. Okay, so free choice is good though, and a book. Oh, don't know why I'm trying to dig deep. It doesn't really matter which one I take, I suppose. So my last prompt is, oh what? That sucks. Maybe I can find something. Read a book with a bad cover. Yeah, that's a mean prompt. Why did I write that? Okay, and that can go right there. Cool, so my last book I had to fit into read a book with a bad cover, and it was free choice, so it could be anything. So I was looking on my shelf to see what I could get, and I found a book that was sent by the Life's Library Book Club that I used to be a part of. I'll link to that information down below if you wanted to see what that is about. So this isn't a bad cover particularly, but it is kind of a boring cover, so I feel like I don't feel too bad saying that about it. But yeah, it's Teaching a Stone to Talk, Expeditions and Encounters by Anne Dillard. And I feel like it's not horrible to look at, but it's just text on like a blank page. So yeah, I feel like okay saying that that's bad cover. There are so many stunning book covers out there that this, you wouldn't even notice it, I don't think, next to some really gorgeous covers. So yeah, I'm using this one. But to be honest, I don't really know what this is. I think it is literally just a collection of her kind of accounts and non-fiction accounts of her expedition and encounters, like it says on the tin. There's not really like a blurb or anything like that. And I don't know who Anne Dillard is, so I have a lot of like learning to do about this book when I get to it. But yeah, one of the kind of review things on the back says, Annie, oh, it's Annie Dillard's, excuse me. Annie Dillard's books are like comets, like celestial events that remind us that the reality we inhabit is itself a celestial event. And I really like that. So I think I feel like that quote has made me really want to read the book. So I'm excited to get to this one as well. And it's time for Helen's last go, so I'm going to switch back audio and ebook. Can't believe I remembered. Cool, let's go. 2. Whose team am I playing with now? The Blues. Ooh, should I do another one of these guys? Or should I take this one out for another fiction? I think I'm going to move this guy because I know Helen wanted to be prompted to read more audio and ebooks, so I'm going to choose that one. And for this one is okay, and this prompt is TBR jar for audio or ebook. Cool. So Helen's last prompt was TBR jar. So yeah, I'm excited to see how Helen does this. I'm kind of gutted actually because I made my TBR jar right back when I made the game, which was in June last year, and it's in like this really cute little teacup. And actually, maybe I'll insert a picture so you can see it because nobody's seen it yet. And it's like overflowing with pieces of paper that are books. And obviously it's a TBR jar. Anyway, so I really wanted to get this prompt for ages. But I'm happy for Helen to have it because it is a good one. So, but yeah, hopefully I might put more of them in to have it have more of a chance of coming up. Because I do want to use my pot. But yeah, thanks Helen for playing. I'm so excited to see what you chose. And like I said before, I'll link Helen's choices in the description down below so you can go and check it out if you'd like to too. But yeah, so these are the, well, my Kindle is representing one of the books, but these are the 3 physical books that I'll be reading for TBR Trail, and I'm really excited. So I think that June has been kind to me, which is nice. If you wanted to see how I did for TBR Trail for the month of May, that will be in a vlog that will be put out in June. So I think that's when I'm going to wrap up like my TBR trails in the vlogs or the reading wrap-ups that I do. I have hopes that I will complete TBR Trail in May, so hopefully I will. But yeah, I'll talk about that more in the video that I put out. Cool, that's everything for TBR Trail. Thank God we got a scroll home. I'm so happy about that. That's really good. And then yeah, I might try and speed the game up a bit more. Initially I started to speed the game up by getting some other people involved and doing extra roles and things like that, which by the way, if you want me to do any roles for you in July, I haven't actually got anyone lined up for July, so send me a message. I guess Twitter is the easiest place to send me a message about that, so let me know. But I think another way that I'm going to try and speed the game up is use 2 dice instead of 1. So yeah, because it's too slow. It's too slow. It needs moving on. It does need moving on. Although I have to be careful because if suddenly all the scrolls get home at once, like if a scroll gets home on my turn, it's fine because I don't have to read an extra book. But if a scroll gets home on someone else's turn, then that's like going to be an extra book for me to read. So I don't want to be in a situation where suddenly I have like 8 books to read that month because that is just impossible for me. But yeah, anyway, it'll be funny, but it will maybe not work very well. Okay, cool. That's everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.